Hi everyone, it's Bob and Fran, and as you know by now, we are all about healthy aging. Today's should be pretty interesting and sort of on the light side because we're going to be answering some of your personal questions at random that are mostly about us that we've received over the past couple months. So watch to the end, especially because you're going to find out what sport Fran excels in. So let's start with the first question, Fran.
Would you mind telling me where and when you first met and where you've lived?
Yeah,
Well,
it's a good starting question, I think.
We met our freshman year at Indiana University. We dated for 4 years, and right after graduation, we got married and moved back to Chicago, where we're both from originally, and lived there until it got too cold. And in 1978, we moved to South Florida. Lived there for 25 years until it got too hot. So we came halfway back to Western North Carolina.
And that's where we live now. So we're sort of called halfbacks, those of us that started up north, up here, moved down south, and now we moved halfway back. But we love it in the mountains of North Carolina, Western North Carolina, and we're glad to be here. So the second question is for Fran. Fran, I am curious as to where you buy your clothes and what brands you favor most. Sorry.
This is kind of a funny question
Really,
because
for Fran.
having been on a whole food plant-based diet for over 15 years, I don't gain any weight. And so I don't outgrow my clothes. I literally have clothes that I've worn for
A number of years.
many, many years. And as far as brands, I have no clue. I buy most of my clothes at resale shops that give the profits to help organizations. For example, this shirt is a very expensive shirt that I paid $3 for, and it was from a hospice resale shop. So that's where I buy my clothes.
So the next question is that I read that you have spent time in Thailand. Can you tell me what you guys did there? So we did. We've spent over a 9-year period. We've had extended stays there. And at first we came just to enjoy the friendliness of the people, the Thai culture.
And the food.
The food is fabulous. And then we really got into the Buddhist part of the country. It's 98% Buddhist in Thailand. We wound up teaching at the Buddhist University there for a 6-year period. And then as time went on, we got involved in the dark side of Thailand, which is the trafficking, the human trafficking side. And we got very active in countering the illegal trafficking of children, usually young girls, into the sex trade. We loved every minute in Thailand and hope to return someday.
Next question is, do you ever argue?
How would you answer that?
What do you think?
Let's argue about it. I think we argue very little.
We do, and mainly the big one is about directions. I'm always giving wrong directions.
That means car,
yeah.
in the car.
Like I say
Yeah.
turn right when I really mean left.
Yeah, sure. And so thank goodness for our GPS.
Yeah, she's helped us a lot.
It saved our marriage, believe me. So the next question is, what did you guys do before you became famous YouTubers? Oh, YouTubers. Well, I don't know how famous we are, but we were in the real estate business together for many years. And so we've been joined at the hip in business and every other way.
Next question. You two talk a lot about eating a plant-based diet. What caused you to choose that over the conventional way of eating? And I think that a lot of you know our story, that we both had life-threatening illnesses that we actually reversed by switching to a whole food plant-based diet.
Yeah. The next question is, what are your personal views on taking the COVID vaccine? I think that's a really good question. And we have never been like crazy about taking vaccines. But with COVID, we took the vaccines at the advice of our doctor, who's a whole food plant-based doctor, and we did a lot of research on our own. So yes, we are happy to say we took the COVID vaccine, double vaccine, and that's our position on it.
Somebody asked if we could please tell a bit about our family, children and grandchildren. Well, we have 3 children. We have 2 daughters and a son. Our son actually went plant-based before we did. We have 4 grandchildren. The youngest now is 21 years old.
Yeah.
And we don't have any great-grandchildren, but we have 3 great-grand dogs. Maybe someday we'll have great-grandchildren.
I will say that our children are scattered around the country. One has a family in Orlando, one in Laguna Beach, California, and the other in
the Chicago area.
Suburban Chicago. The next question is, I love your YouTube video style. Very natural and with no frills, but always with some good tips. So how and why did y'all, I like that. She must be from the South, or he must be. How and why did y'all start your channel? Well, I'll tell you how. It's sort of interesting. Well, we've been retired for many, many years now, and we spent almost every day volunteering. Well, that came to an abrupt halt when the COVID came into being. And so that just shut down all our volunteer activities. And we sort of thought, like, how can we continue to help people without interacting directly face-to-face with them? And then we thought about, hey, YouTube. So I started looking into how to get onto YouTube and how to film a video and how to edit the video.
A lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it did keep my mind sharp. And we thought we had some valuable information to share on aging, on being healthy as you age, starting at any age. And so that's how we got started.
And actually with COVID, it's more important than ever to stay as healthy as you can.
Yeah, and as far as the no frills part, we're still not very good at producing a really slick video with
and we never will be.
And a lot of pop-ups and
No.
and things going on, and that's just not our style. No. And I don't know if I have the ability to ever learn how to do that, but we're just going with what we do best and just talking naturally. So the next question, Fran, you want to read that?
Sure. My husband and I read your book together, chapter by chapter, each evening.
Oh,
wondering.
that's so nice.
Wondering if you have a favorite chapter or two. And yes, I think we do. The chapter about advice to the grandchildren.
That is a good one. I like that one. Maybe it's my favorite. I like the one that we did on something called Mai Pen Rai. Mai Pen Rai is a term used in Thailand that means never mind.
But never mind in a nice way. Put it out of your mind.
Right. So it's a way to remind ourselves to don't buy into a stressful situation. Just say Mai Pen Rai. Put it out of your mind. It's no big deal. I think another one I like from the book, it took me a long time to edit this and put it together. We both added to it, of course, is the way to handle the holiday season every year.
Which can be very stressful.
We've got a lot of information and tips on how to handle the holidays. That's a good chapter in the book.
Hi friends, just a quick break here. Bob and I are very concerned about the dangerous chemicals in our drinking water and how they can ruin our health. So for several years, we've been using this convenient and economical AquaTrue tabletop reverse osmosis system in our kitchen to transform our tap water into filtered and purified water. No installation or plumbing is needed, and the result is pure, delicious water. So we urge you to click on the AquaTrue link in the description below and see for yourself how this can add so much to your healthy lifestyle and longevity. Please invest in your health now.
All the proceeds, by the way, from the book go to the idea to counter the child trafficking that we spoke about earlier. So Fran gets a question here saying,
Somebody
Fran,
asked, they said my hair and my skin look so nice and young. What are my secrets?
yeah,
Well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. Many years ago, I decided that I wanted to eliminate chemicals from the products that I use. And so I went to natural hair color and natural skin care products that were not harmful to the environment or to my skin. And obviously, it worked because I got a compliment.
yeah. I think Fran always looks very well groomed and certainly doesn't look like she's 80 plus years old.
Thank you.
This question's for me.
It seems that Fran does all the cooking at home. So, Bob, what do you do?
Well, that's a good question. So in the kitchen, I am the dishwasher. Not really the dishwasher, but the guy that
Loads the dishwasher.
kind of wash off the dish and then put it in the dishwasher. I do that really well,
Yes,
I
you
think.
do.
But I'm not too great of a cook. I help a little bit when Fran asks me to, which is kind of rare. And so my time is spent primarily on getting these YouTube videos up and running.
The next question we were asked is, how do you stay so slim? Well, I have to tell you that since we switched to a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet,
Yeah,
not only did we stay slim, we actually lost weight while eating more food.
yeah,
So it hasn't been a problem at all.
yeah. Fran and I both are very big eaters, and we just eat like two crazy people, and we just don't gain weight. So the no oil part of the plant-based,
Major.
it's a big deal.
When I'm talking about no oil, I mean no oil for cooking or for salad dressing.
Right. And
That alone can make a huge difference.
Yeah, and I think we look for
You don't
high.
miss them at all,
No, you don't miss them, and I think we look for high fiber foods as well.
always.
Yeah, so something to think about. So this question says, I read in your biography that you've traveled to over 75 countries, which we have. Which are some of your favorite countries?
That's hard to answer, there's so many.
Yeah. Well, offhand, I mean, Thailand was probably because we spent so much time there year after year. And then we got to travel after we left Thailand. So India was like just a fantastic place. We loved India. We loved the culture there.
And the food.
And the food, of course. We'd spent quite a bit of time in Russia. It was the Soviet Union in those days. And that was very, we were followed everywhere we went. It was very mysterious and a very interesting place.
We've been to China.
We've spent a lot of time in China. Burma is another country that we love. We were also followed there from city to city, everywhere we went.
And of course, Israel was a very special.
It was an
place.
amazing place. We've been to Israel
Several times.
three or four times. Yeah. So that was some of our favorites.
Can't
Now-
think of any that we really didn't like.
No, we loved every country we've traveled to. So
Somebody
we're coming
a-
toward
yeah.
the end.
Somebody asked, what are your favorite sports and do you participate in any? Well, first of all, we're both from Chicago, so we are huge Cubs fans.
Chicago Cubs baseball. We love baseball. I like all sports. Fran, by the way, if you didn't know it, was, I guess, or still is,
Definitely was.
a great bowler. I mean it. She had
Okay,
very
so I
high
had one really high bowling
No,
score.
you were consistently good. And
The other day, I surprised Bob by telling him that I actually won an archery medal when I was in camp when I was 11 or 12 years old.
yeah,
And then I went to my jewelry box and pulled out the medal. He was shocked. After knowing me all these years, he never knew that about
archery.
me.
Well, I'll have to watch out. I'll have to duck.
Yeah. And our favorite sport these days, if you would call it a sport, is hiking. We
Yeah.
love to go hiking every day when possible.
Yeah, we try to get up early every morning, which we do, and take a hike. And that's sort of our treadmill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the final question I guess, would be to wrap up this session. It says, what do you each believe to be the, in capital letters, the most important factor in healthy aging?
Now, we think that's a pretty easy answer for us, and to us, it's the food.
Yeah, it's all about the food. So we advise you to eat healthy, go for a plant-rich diet, if not a totally plant-based diet.
High fiber.
Yeah, eliminate the oils, the processed foods. You don't want any of that. So it is for us all about the food. So I hope you enjoyed this sort of lighthearted video today. And I want you to feel free to ask any additional questions in the comment section below. And then we can do another video with some of the newer questions. We want to express our appreciation for your support and being part of our healthy aging community.
Don't forget to subscribe and get notified when a new video comes out. And we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye
Thanks
for
for
now.
coming. Hope you enjoyed it.